Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon one and all. On behalf of Department of Mechanical Engineering, I welcome you all for this DAB meeting, Departmental Advisory Board meeting. Today we have with us Honorable Chairman of PVC, Sri S.P. Redekar sir, Honorable Director, Professor R.J. Goviskar sir, Principal of the College, Dr. M.R. Tarawale sir. All of you are welcome. Our Departmental Advisory Board is composed of members from prestigious organizations, from industry, academia, alumni member and parent member. I'm glad to say that all the members are associated with this department since last 20 plus years. कुठल्या मार्गाने ते डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली आपल्या डिपार्टमेंटच्या डेव्हलपमेंटमध्ये त्यांचं स्ट्रॉंग कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन आहे. So with this, I would like to welcome the industry experts, Mr. A.Y. Moving. He is Senior Manager, Accurate Gauges and Instruments Private Limited. So I would like to request Honorable Chairman Redekar sir to felicitate Moving sir.
Welcome sir. On behalf of Departmental, I am going to present the College of Engineering and Technology. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
We have one more industry expert, Mr. Sudhir Kulkarni. He is Director of Laser Automation. I would like to request Kaluskar sir to felicitate Sudhir Kulkarni sir. Welcome. The expert from academia is Dr. Samir Bhosle. He is SPPU Senate member and head of Mechanical Engineering Department. So I request Tarambal sir to felicitate Dr. Bhosle sir.
Yes sir. Yeah. Modern college. Yes sir.
Welcome sir.
सगळ्या कॉलेजची मी आधी आभार मानतो. सगळ्यांनी मला मोठी वोट दिले.
नाही, आमच्या स्ट्रॅटेजी होती त्याचप्रमाणे आम्ही सगळे केलो.
थँक्यू सर.
आणि संस्थेबरोबर तुमच्या प्रेम त्यामुळे यस खूप छान.
The next member of DAP representing parent group is Mr. Makarand Sirsavkar. He is from Manugo Engineering. I would like to request Head of Department Bhunkar sir to felicitate Sirsavkar sir.
So I'm there to take care of what? Yeah.
My word is a fancy.
Yeah.
The member representing alumni group is Mr. Amit Lele. He is our alumnus from 1997 batch and currently he is working as Senior Manager in Cummins India Limited. I would like to request Bhunkar sir to felicitate Lele sir.
तुम्ही तुमच्या मुलांची काळजी घ्या.
The sole objective of forming DAB is to remain up to date with the latest requirements in industry and incorporate necessary components in the curriculum as much as possible. So once again, I welcome all the members of DAB. We have also the faculty members from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. I would like to welcome Idlavaskar sir, Patil sir, Jaiswal sir, Sheke ma'am, Savan sir. So with this now, I would like to request Head of Department Bhunkar sir to start the proceedings with his departmental presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, P.G. Kulkarni sir. So it's a honor for me that the departmental advisory body, which consists of so much experience and associated bonding with the PVG faculty members are there. So Honorable Chairman, Sri Sunil Redekar sir with Pune Vidyarthi Graha, and the Director PVG COET and GKP IOM, Honorable R.G. Paruskar sir, the Director Pune Vidyarthigriha and Director PVG COET and GKP IOM, Honorable Principals Dr. M.R. Karambade sir, all the honorable delegates from the industry, academia, parents, my senior faculty members. It's a proud privilege for me to present the department so that we are eager to know the inputs related for the development of our department. In short, just I will explain the departmental views. So, our Patel sir is our founder, head of department, under whose guidance we have started our department. The vision of our department is to become the premier source of computer mechanical engineering profession for providing service to the society in tune with the college vision. The mission, that is the pathway to achieve the vision of the department, is to provide the state-of-art facilities and offer the opportunities for multi-faceted development of the student and learning experience. Then to enhance the status as recognized academic and research center in collaboration with the industries and the institution. To provide the interactive and innovative teaching to transform the student into competent engineering professions and to deliver ready to employ engineer, that is ready engineer for the placement of the student. So these are the glimpse of the milestones. So our department started in the year 1991, twice accredited by NAC and NBA, and presently in the last year we have installed the robotics lab along with the conventional labs, and recently the two students, research scholars, have awarded the PhD under the mechanical department. So we know that the program outcomes and the program specific outcomes are given, specific outcomes that we have determined, but the 10 outcomes as per the NBA, that we are trying to match mapping of all these program outcomes with our course curriculum. Then so I will in just short explain that. So the departmental activities, that is in the last year, here I am there to present what the activities that were done during the academic year 22-23. So on 9th of the March, the Six Sigma and Lean Manufacturing workshop that we have conducted to inculcate, to give the exposure of the extra co-curricular activities. Then the Toblani National Institute, so visit of the delegates from the National Institute to our robotics lab which we have developed. So we are having a MOU signed with the Toblani Institute, and we are doing the research work, project work assigned by the Toblani Institute, the National Institute of the Marine Institute. Then the visit of project sponsor to Product Innovation Lab. So I am very glad to say that the Product Innovation Lab is one of the highlighting facility available with us. So we have developed the 3D printer, Delta 3D printer, in association with the sponsors. From one of the sponsors, Mr. Satve sir is there. So he sponsored and we developed that 3D printer, which we can see during our visit to the PI lab. Then we have also taken care in the last year for development of the skill development activities, like for starting from FE to B, that how to give some additional exposure. So Mr. Vijay Bhamberi, engineer, is there in our campus for 1 week, and we have given the exposure of casting workshop, IC engine workshop, the refrigeration air conditioning workshop for T, and GD&T and the interview technique for the final year students. So the 1 week skill development program that we have completed. Our team visited to Dassault system. So the exhibition of the Supra vehicle at Dassault system is done at the Akruti competition on 17th November 22. So our faculties, our student, our principal, our management, everyone presented there in the Dassault company to showcase the talent that has been shown by our student in the Supra competition. So the Japanese, as per the placement activities are considered, the Japanese delegate visited to our department, our PI lab, and they are also happy with the activities that whatever we are doing in the product innovation lab, that is the development of the robot and all these things. Then the various industry visits that in the last year that we have completed for the that is the hydropower station visit was conducted by Shetty Madam, Chavan sir and the Pange sir and the group of the faculty members. and we have also visited to the energy engineering, the Panshet Dam for the industry visit. Then the virtual lab sessions, that is the virtual lab sessions are conducted by our faculty members in the last year. Then so about the placement, my colleague Dr. Jaiswal will explain, and then the departmental achievements, if we can see that after completing the activities, the glimpse of few activities, whatever the achievements that we have done, that is the team Marvi. So we know that I am very glad to present here in front of all of you that our Supra team received the third ranking at national level with 5 prizes at the several design stages and the other activities, and we got the prize winning competition was there, and I am very glad that our team Maverick got the third prize in the competitions. So these are the prizes, that is the overall third rank. The award of rupees 1,60,000 is given at New Delhi. This competition was there. Then the first place is for the innovation award, the first place in low cost event, the first place in skip patch event, and the second place in the acceleration event. So all these awards and the overall championship is with us, as far as we stand first in Maharashtra and third place in the national level by this competition. So then we have appreciated our industry sponsors. So a function was done in our placement hall where all the sponsors, those who have contributed technically, financially, and by all means, those who have supported for getting such a marvelous result for us. So we have done the activity on 18th of September. Next. In association with the Supra, again one competition was there on Formula Bharat. There also we got the third prize, the third place in the acceleration, skid pad test, autocross test, cost and manufacturing 7. So like this, we have again received one more prize winning award in the Formula Bharat. So this is also one of the achievement as far as the last year performance is considered. Next. So I am very proud to say that during the Pune Vidyarthi Graha Vardhapan Din, so our Honorable Minister V.K. Patil sir, along with the Chairman sir and all the dignitaries, they have visited to our vehicle, they have given us some guidelines. So they have appreciated the task completed by my faculty and my student. So I am really proud that on Pune Vidyarthi Graha Vardhapan Din we got such an appreciation. I am really thankful to our management. Next. So in the Baha competition also we have tried our level best, and also we have tried our level best, but we have participated and we are hoping that the results will be there. So the first runner-up that we have got in the suspension and traction combustion during the team that is the Baha competition. Next. Then I am very proud to say that my management, my principal, they are always having a helping hand with me. So whenever any proposal is there, they are in a position to give whatever maximum possible. In spite of their busy schedule, they are appreciating our students. So that gives an acceleration, motivation to my student to perform, and I am getting such kind of results. Next. Then the MESA is one of the important association made by the student for the student, and we have inaugurated the MESA by the hands of Mr. Chaudhary, the Director Sapple Industries, and Dr. Khakadkar sir, a senior academician. Next. So we have conducted several activities under the BESA and the ASM. ASM is also one of the international student chapter. So last year we have started the international student chapter, under which we have conducted several technical sessions. Next. So one of the project competition that was being conducted in association with ASM. So we are having the chairman of ASM, that is the American Society for Materials, Mr. Udayan Pathak. They work as a reviewer and they have judged the projects, and we have given the certification, the prize winning certification to the participants from Maharashtra. Next. So the IAS student chapter also we have started. one of the professional student chapter known as the Institution of Engineers. So that we have started. We have called Mr. K.K. Ghosh, who is the ex-chairman of the IEA, and we have inaugurated the student chapter, and we have conducted several activities under IEA. Next. So the product innovation lab, the several activities conducted under this product innovation lab, like the development of the 3D printer, and next, then the development of the robot, then the various industries are approaching, observing the activities conducted in the PI lab, like Atlas Copco GM visited to PI lab on this 10th of the November 2022. Next. So the robotics lab, the installation of the robotics lab, so I am very much thankful to my management that the mandatory labs are there in every college. Beyond that, so we have developed this robotics lab in with the direction from our principal and the support from our management, and we have installed this KUKA robot and several PLC setups, and I am very glad that the lab is now in a good working condition. So next, so this lab is inaugurated by Honorable Dr. Raghunath Mashelkar sir, the Padma Shri Raghunath Mashelkar sir, on the 5th of the May 2022. Next, so these are few of the projects that we have developed in association with PI and Robotics Lab. Next, so I am very proud to say that the Mahindra project is completed. So the companies are giving their projects, the live projects. Initially prototype was developed, and then the actual model was developed. The Mahindra industry experts visited to our PI lab, and they have tested, they have observed the performance of student, and now this project is launched in the industry itself. Next, so I am very proud to say that Pune Vidyarthi is having the honor course as a separate special entity. 5 honor courses we are running. So the honor courses is the concept of our principal and management, that the student on the basis of his liking, they can take the additional credits like robotics automation, electric vehicle, 3D printing, AI, ML. So all the honor courses are run by the industry in the college campus. We have signed the several MOUs. Industry experts are teaching, and we are giving the exposure, and we are giving the additional degree of Pune University along with B Mechanical, the B Mechanical with honors in robotics and automation. So like this initiative is done by our principal sir and our management, and I am very proud to say that maximum students from my department are taking the benefit of it. Next, so the faculty achievement like that, the robotics lab was also developed by JSPM, where they have called me and my colleagues. Next, Vinodattam Karandak. So along with the co-curricular, the extracurricular activity, the students are getting the such kind of the prizing awards in the Vinodattam Karandak open state level act competition. Next. So I am very glad and proud to say that my colleague Professor Dr. Jaiswal sir received the best teacher award on the Teachers Day by Lions Club Pune. So I am very proud that my team is such a best teachers and all this thing. Next, so I am very proud to say that all these are the outcome as of the distinguished alumni. They are giving their valuable contribution, technical and all supports. Next, like the Raghunath Deshpande, who supported us for the robotics, Pawan Mishra is helping us for the hydraulics pneumatics, Prithviraj Kamkar, who has taken a key role in the Supra vehicle manufacturing and financial supports and all this thing, and our Amit Lele sir is also helping us for the development. Ashish Kulkarni sir is there from CFD analysis and all this thing. Next, so our students also received awards in the projects. Next, so this is our website. We are trying to become this smart also, because we are doing the activity, but we feel that as per the directives from our higher authority that the activities are need to be highlighted, it needs to be known to the society, and from that point of view. So next, so this is our LinkedIn, this is our departmental websites and all this thing. Next, so I request my colleague Dr. Jaiswal sir to please highlight in short about the placement exam. Sir,
Good afternoon.
as well. Basically, I'm faculty of mechanical department, and along with that, I'm also administrative responsibility of three industry students. So, PVG COT has been consistently doing good work in the placement department.
Next, please correct Chavan.
So on this graph is quite encouraging, as I understand. This is a graph of last 7 to 8 years. Currently, 22-23 batch is going on, and the placement so far in the department, mechanical department, 87 placements already done. Generally, we have the intake of double intake, 120 students. Normally, 20-30 students, they don't participate in the placements. Maybe because of their plans of higher studies, or they are not eligible because of there are some backlogs at that moment. And out of 100 students are generally eligible for the placements, or out of that, we are given 87 placements this time. So this is quite encouraging number, as I understand. In spite of the some negative news in the newspapers regarding recession in Europe, because recession in Britain, and the US, still we could do well in the placement. And this number still will increase because further 2 to 3 months placement will still be going on. And this is a graph of the entire college. As on date, 376 students are placed in the overall college scenario. But again, as I understand and can see, the graph is quite encouraging. This is increasing graph. On the college side, if I put some numbers, last year 21-22 batch, which is finished now, we could give total 530 offers. Number of company visited 92, highest package we could give is of 20 lakhs. And in the one of the important highlights or the special feature of our placement is that we directly place our students in Japan. So we have got some tie-up with the Hiramiki Solutions, which is a training partner, and a partner in Japan, Asia to Japan agency. So through these two agencies, we directly place our students in Japan. And in last 5 years, I am happy to share, in last 5 years, we could place almost 50 students directly in Japan, with a salary of, in Indian rupees, a salary of 16 lakhs to 20 lakhs in the range. This year also, last year also, from mechanical department, if I be specific about mechanical department, last year also one of our student, Gurnath, is placed in the Daifuku company, which is offering the salary of 16 lakhs. So this is a current 22-23 scenario. Total offers we could do 376 so far, but this will still continue for next 2-3 months. One of the important interesting part to note is that average package is increasing. So in 21-22 the average package was close to under 5 lakh rather, under 5 lakh. Now it is increased to more than 5 lakh is actually magic figure, because the students generally are stick to that number, 5 lakhs. That's why I am highlighting that feature here also. And these are some of the company logos which I put. These companies have been turning for the recruitment in last 5 years, because sometime company come in 1 year, next time it will not come because of their own requirement. So I put the last 5 years aggregate number of companies, and this type of companies are there coming in the department. Thank you.
So last year there was about 92 companies.
Yes.
And this year I think the 70.
Yeah, because
So what is the reason?
10-20 companies again will be in pipeline, because as I said that next 2-3 months the companies will be there, because sometimes industry need the students on immediate basis, so they will hire once they pass out. So this current batch is now going to pass out. So maybe in next 2-3 months again 10-20 companies will be in pipeline.
So this is the scenario of the only for the mechanical engineering
No,
department.
70-22 companies I mentioned, that is for entire college.
Okay.
Here I would like
Yeah.
to add one point, sir. What happened after the corona, there was a, before starting, there was a vacuum completely. and it is got filled very drastically the placements that we got. So now it is slowly the saturation is there. That is we understood from our manufacturing industry.
I request everyone to please take the
Please.
Thank you, Dr. Jaiswal, for presenting the placement data. Thanks to Head of Department, Dr. Bhunkar, for presenting the departmental highlights and achievements. I would like to request Dr. Idlabadkar sir to share his views on NEP 2020.
Yes.
Good evening, all the dignitaries, elite people and wisdom out here. I welcome everybody for this Departmental Advisory Board member. I am to present an overview of our institute view as applicable to my department, Mechanical Engineering Department, about NEP, that is National Education Policy. As we all know, NEP is a buzzword nowadays, right? For the deemed universities or for the university departments, this NEP will be implemented from August 2023 only. But for the affiliated colleges like us, we would be going for it for the implementation from August 2024. Though we have got a year to prepare, we already are preparing proactively for the implementation.
एक मिनिट सर NEP बाकी जे मेंबर आहे दिस NEP मीन्स नॅशनल एज्युकेशनल पॉलिसी राष्ट्रीय शिक्षण अभियान ह्याच्या अंडर जे चाललेलं आहे. सो लास्ट ॲक्टिव्हिटी वॉज डन अराउंड 2000. सर्व शिक्षा अभियान त्याला नाव होतं आणि आता हे नॅशनल एज्युकेशनल पॉलिसी ही पूर्ण भारताची एज्युकेशनल लाईन पुढच्या 2 ते 3 वर्षामध्ये या नवीन पॉलिसीला ट्यून होईल आणि प्रोफेशनल इन्स्टिट्यूटला ही 100% इंडस्ट्री ओरिएंटेड असेल जे मोदींचं विजन आहे ते. तर हे सगळं बदलणं चालू आहे आणि दिस इज अ मिशन आणि एक रिव्होल्युशनरी स्टेप आहे भारताच्या दृष्टीने. सगळ्यांना ती उचलता येईल असं शक्य नाही आहे, पण टार्गेट फार हाय ठेवलेले आहे. तर त्याच्याबद्दलचं हे इम्प्लिमेंटेशन चालू आहे. ऑल प्रोफेशनल कॉलेजेस दे विल हॅव दिस टाईप ऑफ इम्प्लिमेंटेशन नेक्स्ट इयर पासून कंपल्सरी होणार सगळं. त्यात सगळं
In the current disposition, we have got different streams like arts, commerce, science, and technology. Now, all these boundaries they merge. What they want is a multidisciplinary. When I talk about multidisciplinary, I mean art, commerce, and science coming together, joining hands, right? So there will be a sea change across all the education sector.
2023 नंतर एकही कॉमर्स कॉलेज येणार नाही, एकही सायन्स येणार नाही, एकही आर्ट्स कॉलेज येणार नाही. ऑल विल बी मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी. What you are doing something different, then only the colleges will be sanctioned. ये pure science, commerce, arts आता हे नाव चाललं आहे.
What government seek is the holistic development of the student. I mean, we don't want art student, we don't want commerce student as an individual or a technocrat. What we want a person to have some liking, some hobbies being pursued by the fellow. He should have some sense, some knowledge about the economics, commerce, and so there will be two main branches. One will be core branch and another will be the, he will have the basket. Every student, he or she will have the choice to pick up the courses of his or her liking. So the key features are multidisciplinary and holistic education and institutes, flexible curriculum structure. So I mean there is multiple exit and multiple entry. I mean a student after an year or so, if he feels like or he or she feels like, he could exit. But if he completes the credit system of 40, then he will be awarded a certificate. After a couple of years, he could exit this college, he could enter into another college. Right? So there is a niggling worries for all the different institutes. So every institute as a whole, at the center, they try to increase their strength so as to stop the exodus and so as to have welcome board to accommodate as many wards as possible. Then we would have academic bank of credit. It's like our saving bank, saving account. So whatever credit that a student gets, that will be stored at the central depository. Validation, whatever changes that he or she seeks, he has to apply it online and he can get those accounts credits online available. So even if he applies for education abroad, he can avail that facility. So he need not move from one door to another door or from one office to another office to collect the documents. Everything will be available online. We will have internationalization of the higher education, whereby what we mean is the close collaboration between institutes barring the or across the national boundaries. So an institute from Africa or US or UK could collaborate with an institute or university from our Indian soil. Obviously, right now we have got different state exams to get the entry. Instead, there will be a unified university entrance test for it. And then there are different frameworks that have been sought by the central government while implementing this. As I said, the main focus being multiple entry and exit option, which is welcome for a good institute like us and will be a worrying factor for a very feebly with a poor institute with poor quality education. So I mean, every institute will be very awakened, will be very sensitive to its strength. When I say multidisciplinary, as I said, it will be like commerce, science and engineering coming together. When I talk about interdisciplinary means mechanical engineering going with electrical engineering. So the student from mechanical engineering can opt for few subjects from the electrical engineering, right? Or printing engineering, or otherwise IT or computer or electronics engineering. Then there is another word that is transdisciplinary education, whereby from the same domain, if I am learning say IC engine, I will be going for automobile engineering. Then I will go for skill development into it, whereby as a whole I can open up a shop of automobile repairs. So that is what is expected under transdisciplinary education. Education including the knowledge and skills, both together in the same domain. This is the scenario as such as when a student progresses and depending on his stay in the campus. If he stays here for a year, he will get maximum credit of 40, as and when he gets the 40 credits, he will be awarded a UG certificate. So if he gets 80, he will be awarded UG diploma, so on and so forth. So finally maximum credits of 240, if ever he or she gets, he will be awarded the PhD degree. And then there is multiple exit at entry. The basic limit is 7 years. Whatever course that he or she adopts, he or she has to complete that education in 7 years. So after a couple of years, if he takes exist, joins some job, he can return back to the academia, taking a break, provided he completes whatever education he is seeking within 7 years. These are the different strata as such how a pupil will be admitted at different levels. So starting from 10th standard to PhD, as and when he or she passes the 10th standard, he will have a credit of 3, and as and when he or she gets PhD, he will have maximum credit of 8. This is a national credit framework altogether, right from preschool of 3 years. Every data has been summarized over here. As I said, I explained this earlier also, multiple entry and exits. So flexibility is there. It could well happen that a person may take his first year admission at modern, he will go for PVG at second year, okay, and accordingly, I mean, based on the strength of every individual institute, he can choose different institutes. That is what is envisaged. The total curricular framework has been split into two. One is major or core focus degree, which will have entitled to 50% of the total credits, and all other components will form the other remaining part. So we will have ability enhancement courses, AAC, as well as vocational courses and skill-based education, BSc. Maximum credit awarded to BSc will be around 12 to 14 credits minimum, and there will be 8 credits for AAC and 9 credits for open elective or multidisciplinary courses. So based on his or her liking, he can pursue his core engineering. He can have few more subjects, right? and then he or she will be awarded BTech with honors or otherwise BTech major discipline with minor, based on his choice of collecting the credits from different domains. 7 minor degree areas have been specified. This list could increase. These are the different vocational subjects or skill modules that are given right now, subjected to change little later. Right now we do have compulsory internship. From all third year students, compulsory has to undergo the internship. But over and otherwise they have, see, apprenticeship is available, but it is for only government organizations, and that to the seats available are very few. So there is competition. Now they are opting for compulsory apprenticeship. So as and when if somebody is not placed off campus or on campus, he can go for the apprenticeship. Community engagement and field project. The main ethos, the main crux of all this NEP is to Indianization, our nationalization of all education. Otherwise, we bank too much onto the West. They don't want it. They want our inherent strength. जे काही आपल्या पूर्व काळात होतं, प्राचीन काळात होतं, that must come forth. So that ethos is being given the prominence. And finally, every individual should be loyal to the soil, whereby whatever the local problems, we must be vocal for local. That is the raga, right? So all the projects that you undertake should have some concerns with some application to the society. So social application is given the thrust. They have got a different system which is incorporated and which is mandatory for every pupil to undergo will be Indian Knowledge System, IKS. It will be either offered under vocational or major minor courses as modules. These are the different modules as IKS, Indian Knowledge System, in major as well as minor. The problem will be for the student who has taken law school education in English, and as and when this philosophy, it would be written in Prakrit or in otherwise Marathi Bhasha. He has some problem, but at the same time, the government has proposed that the engineering, all this knowledge or skill must be given in local language as well. So right now somebody will be offering that education in Marathi, somebody will be in Marwadi or Gujarati or so on and so forth. So that person, irrespective of his place of birth or his place of his residence, he can choose the language that suits his understanding. These are ability enhancement courses, 8 credits max one can have. It will be offered in first 2 years only, for first 4 semesters only. Then there will be value-added courses common to all UG students, 6 to 8 credits. It will include health, wellness, yoga education, sports and fitness also. What we want is holistic development of the student. We want the student to be a good citizen, we want the student to be physically fit, we want him to be morally up and high. He should be psychologically and mentally tough. These are minimum credit requirements to award degree under each category. So based on that minimum credit that one he or she gets, he will be awarded the degree. The validity of credits earned maximum period will be 7 years. So the student has to complete everything in 7 years. I am thankful to Professor Kalyani Kulkarni ma'am for her inputs. Okay, she has helped me a lot. So also we have gone through the NEP 2020 policy documents. Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Edlavkar sir, for presenting silent features of NEP 2020. Now, with the achievements and highlights presented by Head of Department Booker sir, placement data provided by Jaiswal sir, and NEP features mentioned by Edlavkar sir. Now, this is the time for seeking feedback from the experts of DAP. These experts are actually well-wishers of this department and college, which has really helped the department to make continuous improvement and growth. PVG मेकॅनिकलची गणना ही पहिल्या 5 मध्ये होते, आपल्याला सर्वांना माहिती आहे. तो नंबर अजून वरती आणण्यासाठी नक्कीच तुमचं सजेशन्स हे बेनिफिशियल आहेत. म्हणून आता हा प्लॅटफॉर्म जो आहे दॅट इज ओपन फॉर डिस्कशन फॉर युअर सजेशन्स अँड इम्प्रूव्हमेंट. थँक्यू.
request.
You request me थोड्या वेळात परत येतो.
Sure, sir.
एक मीटिंग चालू झाली आहे.
I request मोहित सर, आमचं मी थोडंसं सांगतो की आमचं बऱ्याच वर्षापासून एक असोसिएशनच्या माध्यमातून काही आपण एक सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्स ॲक्युरेट कंपनीवर करता येईल का, तर त्या दृष्टीने आमच्या काही मीटिंग झालेल्या आहेत. तर थोडं छोटंसं कोर्स मॉड्यूल तयार करण्याच्या संदर्भात तर आज त्या स्टेजला आम्ही आहोत. सरांना रिक्वेस्ट करतो प्रेझेंट इट इन शॉर्ट टाईम, एक थोडंसं एक प्रेझेंट करा. लेट एव्हरीवन बी in a position to know that PVG and Accurate will have some vocational certificate course related to GDM.
Just to give an information about the things, as national this new policy is taking over. This is long back the worldwide it is already getting implemented, and the courses the people started there, and they are not looking at only for the local or regional levels. They started the programs, such kind of the things as a vocational or support to the industries. It is literally a very high end of the things, but the based on that, it is an idea that we discuss a lot with our managing director and the team, particularly sir, Bhulkar sir. And what we have an idea is, one thing first I would like to, Bhulkar sir, as we all the time discuss the placements and placements. So I would say we are now with the support of these new policies in the education. It is the right time that we should start with giving some vocational courses to the students, so that our placement numbers can very easily enhanced. So what is this course? Very quickly I would go after this small presentation. First of all, I would like to tell you, sir, nowadays in any of the mechanical manufacturing industries, the traditional way, there was any of the process of the manufacturing was the same as on today: design, manufacturing and inspection. In the design, it was only the linear dimensioning and the angular dimensioning, and after that the manufacturing and then the inspection. But this traditional way never thought of for the mass production. The world's superpower countries, the first one was the America, with the equipments and the artifacts what they have given to the world entire comes from the manufacturing in a mass. The second superpower, I don't know, but it is said like that, is the China, and it is just because of the mass production. And this quality of the mass productions comes from where? It comes from the interchangeability of the parts, and the interchangeability of parts is the subject, comes from the geometric dimensioning and the tolerancy. So here some of the videos samples I try to show you here. We have developed many videos and many programs, and till date Accurate has completed and given the professional trainings to 20,000 in India, and our 10 to 15% up and down more or less in US itself. So this is the credibility of the Accurate, the programs we are working with. So what is this one? We want this such kind of the programs to start with the PVG. Okay. So this is the, suppose a part. This is what I am going to show you. What kind of the files, the projects, programs and courses modules we are developing. This is just 5 minutes of the discussions how the part is assembled. So traditionally angle was the design parameter, and just to understand as a level of very layman. Now nobody is giving the angle and their tolerances. It is the problem when you suppose want to make a tolerances for the angle, the part has to go either this side or the other side. Okay, and what happens now from the both side, if it is the condition at one point of the way, the range of the tolerances becomes like that. It is not a constant, it is a angular. Okay, it starts from the zero to the increases as the length of the part increases, and then the matching of the parts, it is very difficult to control such kind of the things. Angularity is the part. So the problem comes that the mating of the part gives a complete vacant inside, or it could be the worst case the other side, and these are the challenges in the traditional way of the dimensioning and the tolerancing. So instead of that, now the people are giving only geometric tolerances, and the geometric tolerances are the linear tolerances. When we apply these kind of the tolerances, it is very simple and constant and achievable, and we can symbolize like this GDNT, and you will get the better results. See, the small gaps it is allowed as the tolerances, but not big. Now coming to the point, this is the one thing which is specified from the standard. Now we have developed with our curriculum what our students need to understand the standard international, and the processes in our industries which is going like the inspection process. There is one video, just sample video for you, and let us see here. Now this is the standard, what says that what should be the angle, but no angular plus minus tolerances, and what are the benefit are the best perfect assembly and the function. But it is a challenge to implement in the industry how we should after the manufacturing measure. So there are certain kind of the videos we have made it possible that he can or she can immediately analyze, visualize and learn from themselves. Some of the times the instrument would be the challenges to have in the laboratories, in the organizations, like maybe I have seen the COP also you can treat as a big organization, but they are also very recently bought a CMM from outside. So there is always a challenge for the investment. So these compensations can be done through such kind of the good videos, which helps the student to understand exactly what can be done with the available resources, and the expertise from the industries also can be taken for some of the times. You can see here the part which is tilted at certain angle, and the stepwise we can tell them the narration. The narration is nowadays very much easy, and because it is a artificial intelligence, also if I write it here, automatically computer talks about it. If in any of the case, if you want to like this, that is also be okay, but you cannot replace the teacher, that is the one thing. So I would say talking by the speaker and the lecturer or the things are important, and this is how the measurement is possible. Okay, so this is the one way of inspection, the other way for the one another conical. So all the possibilities required in the industry, the complicated setups which is difficult to manage in the physical some of the time. Okay, at certain stage you can buy it or procure it, or you can send the people to the industries to have some certain kind of the practicals. But with this you will get at least, I would say that 70 to 80% hands-on like of the experience. At least the people, the only thing is the visualization, which never be forgotten by the students when they learn. And instead of just only the text and the visualization, picturization, animations help the people. Even most of the time the CMM people just see the picture, but they don't know how to operate it. But how it is operating, that visualization and the picturization, that is also we can make it possible. See, the automatically the part is there, and how the probe goes, and the probe and the point is being taken, and after that all the measurement is fitted through the geometries, and you can say it is a replica of the physical to the visualization in the measurement. Okay, so this is the fitment of the geometry. So this is what we can start with that. Some of the times the various directions require the different kind of the approaches of the measurement. So we can help them instead of going to the time consuming, this is the one way, this is the another way. If number of points to increase, what would be outcome is coming, all require definitely a time, but in the visualization very quickly and the fast the mode can be changed, and we can say that yes, this kind of the occasional the courses, if we implement through the videos and the narrations of around, I would say 30 to 40. Normally our the presentation time is the 2 days, that means 16 hours is in 2 days I complete for the industrial professionals. But if it is required for the students and over the semester time, you can decide 40 or 45 hours or even 50 plus hours, and that is very easily possible. Many of the stuff is already are with us, because we are already doing with the trainings with the all name any of the brand industry in India. This was the Maruti like of the people who are the best people are they are taking, but every person has to go through this kind of the training. So this is the one thing I would say, with this required industrial attached courses, if you are cope with that, the placement would be increased. The second thing is that GD&T, as I said, it is a communication language. GD&T, geometry, dimension, tolerance, is required right from the design to the manufacturing and to the inspection. Now what we see normally in our industries, from the college, the college, we will see that how the engineer is becoming a very genius, competitive and all. But that the knowledge, that competency doesn't help him in industry directly, because he has to communicate in the way as the industry is talking about. And industry talking literature and industry talking document is the only one, that is mechanical engineering drawing. If any of the organization want to produce a product, that is not taught. That is written on the paper, that is called the mechanical engineering design. So design people must know what I should communicate on the drawing. Nowadays it is very completely isolating. The big organizations are not coming now. These are now specializations. The R&D center may be in the Germany, and Germany, that center supply to the hundreds of the multinational companies. This drawing you produce it. If we don't understand that drawing, we cannot do the manufacturing. If the manufacturing is done and now it is to be time to inspect, if we cannot understand what to inspect, and the common language is not there of understanding, and that understanding standard language is the GD&T international standard, ISO and ASME, and this is the technically. The another point I would suggest, sir, what now a little bit a good English I am speaking now. This is after the 30 years of my career. When I started with, I am throughout distinction right from what I understood around the 5th, 6th class to the end. But it was a fear to me when how I talk to the person, how I speak to the person, how should I, what they would feel, kya sochegi duniya. So that kind of the things is very important. Communication is very important. The new policy is also going to talk the people like that, what would happen if they only learn in the Marathi and the global competition, what they would be cope with. So whatever maybe it is coming, I would suggest for the placement people, on the same time going, your technical information learning and all, one class at least once a week, what the industry people talk in language particularly, that fluency has to be maintained, and I take every month at least 10 to 15 interviews. There are the many good people, but we select who can speak well. because now the industries are not large, industries are small. They are making and selling, and making and selling require the communication, the convincing, adaptability, understanding. If that is not happening, your core knowledge doesn't help it out. So this is the 2 points, the communication. Why this I added second, communication language is to be taught to the people because this is worldwide coming just because of the communication. What is required in the drawing, that comes as a communication. So hope so that would help, and it is my personal passion with Accurate that company has allowed me to do any of the things of what you can help to the institutes, and our managing director and your HOD sir, Bhumkar sir has got very good long association, and with that so we have a free hand to work jointly. And I think we can help other people, and particularly let us see that I have seen in last time when I visited, it was related to this all the things, and I found the better than any other of the organization here. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So both of your points are really valid.
Yeah.
In my whatever my experience is that, that also I observed that every mechanical recruiter actually he asks some question about GD&T.
We made it possible in India, GD&T. Last 30 years before, when I started, the people was not knowing the word GD&T. And that was the problem because of without GD&T we could not read the drawings, and we would not help the people and the customers, and that was the challenge. Still it is a challenge, not only to the India, now it is a challenge to the abroad, to the Europe and America also. I as a lead informed, 60% of my video sharings of the GD&T, 40% are viewed, all the viewers from the abroad. 10 to 15% videos are seeing by the Americans. That is there also now the requirement, because now people after the 90s, it is the globalization, the market is open to all, and who can make the better in the large quantities at the lowest price with the best quality, they would survive. If you say I can make, as the sir has said, no, they have done one robot, one the car, it can be made one. But it got the value when it is specified in such a way that it could be a multiple. Then you can see the prices are getting down, quality is improving, it is hands-on to the people, the people who work around it, and then you need not to look at this. You go on increasing your the continual improvements. Yes, sir.
Here he has just put in his observation.
Yeah.
Feedback is from the
I also have seen the observation that every recruiter, whosoever is coming for the interview panel, he always asks some questions on GD&T. In fact, I already told my head of department that we should have a special session on GD&T because people were lacking in GD&T knowledge. That is my observation. So that is very true.
In India, only my experience when I trained 20,000 people, still it is not more than 30-35% they acquire the knowledge. And without GD&T, there is always the clashes. I have given some part. Now this is from the papers. Few papers I have circulated. No, see how the people are challenging each other. Somebody says this means this, the other person says this means this, and the head of the department in mechanical industry I'm talking about just hold his hands on head. आता मी काय करू? हे माझी सगळी टीम अशी आहे. एक जण एक म्हणते, एक जण ते म्हणते, अरे बाबा नो तुम्हाला नाही जमत तर बाहेरचे एक्सपर्ट तरी आणा, ते पण आणत नाही, बाहेर पण एक्सपर्ट मिळत नाही, अशी परिस्थिती तयार झालेली असते. आणि हे जे सांगते कोण? हे जर्मन मधले लोक सांगतात. त्यांच्याकडे पण हीच परिस्थिती आहे, दुसरी नवीन काय नाही आहे. मी स्वतः फिरलेलो आहे तर मला माहिती आहे. पण एक आहे, तिथले लोक एक सांगितलं ना, आता जसं आपण बोलतोय ना की मला CMM ऑपरेटर पाहिजे, तर तो CMM ऑपरेटर लगभग अर्ध आयुष्य तोच काम करतो. आपल्याकडे 1 वर्षात ऑपरेटर व्हायचं असतं, दुसऱ्या वर्षात सिनियर मॅनेजरचाच होण्याचा विचार करतो. आज मी 30 वर्षानंतर सिनियर मॅनेजर आहे आणि तेवढी कॉम्पिटन्सी मग तेव्हा येते. पण हा जो आहे इफेक्ट तो बदलावा लागेल आपल्याला, असं मला वाटतं.
थँक्यू.
आणि सरांचे त्याच पद्धतीने की हा ग्रे एरिया आहे किंवा हा गॅप आहे की आमच्या अकॅडमिक्सचं इनपुट्स आणि इंडस्ट्रीचे एक्सपेक्टेशन. So for that purpose, I hope so that we are tuning or we are bridging the gap by developing some kind of this certification course, especially on GDA. त्याच्यासाठी आम्ही थोडंसं जॉईंटली काही ॲक्टिव्हिटीज करण्याचा विचार करतो.
अँड ऑन द सेम टाइम इट इज टू बी कम्युनिकेबल. खूप हुशार आहेत पण ते कम्युनिकेट करता नाही आलं तर इंडस्ट्रीजमध्ये ते अप्रिशिएट नाही. कारण ते काय येतोय फक्त काम करायचं नसतं ना. इंजिनिअरिंग आणि मेडिकलमध्ये एक वेळ ठीक आहे पण तिथं पण कम्युनिकेशन लागतंच. काहीतरी चाकू दे म्हटलं की दुसरं चाकू दिलं की अवघड नाही. त्यांचे वर्डिंगमधलेच त्या पद्धतीनंच बोलायला पाहिजे. इंजिनिअरिंगमध्ये पण जेव्हा आपण म्हणतो याची सर्क्युलरिटी किती आहे तर तो राऊंडनेस म्हणतो. मग आता सर्क्युलरिटी आणि राऊंडनेसमध्ये फरक काय. सो इट शुड बी इक्वल प्लॅटफॉर्मवर जनरेट झालं पाहिजे आणि त्या लँग्वेजमध्येच कम्युनिकेशन झालं पाहिजे. कम्युनिकेशन इज द नंबर 1 पॉईंट in entire the world is looking at to be successful. कम्युनिकेशन जर करता नाही आलं तर नाव द डेज आर गॉन की अगर कोपऱ्यात बसून खूप ब्रेनी पर्सन आहे तिथे बसून ही कॅन डू बेस्ट बट कॅनॉट कम्पेअर. what I understand like that way in the world.
Thank you sir.
Thank you, sir.
Valuable suggestions.
त्याच्यामध्ये एक पॉईंट मला कंटिन्युएशन डिस्कशन की जे आता पीव्हीजी जे करत आहे म्हणजे रिअली अप्रिशिएट की आज जे मार्केटमध्ये जे चाललेलं आहे ते मुलांना एवढं म्हणजे अकॅडमिकली त्या गोष्टी याच्यामध्ये एवढ्या इन्व्हॉल्व नसतात त्याच्यामध्ये. पण जे तुमचे एफर्ट दिसत आहेत याच्यामध्ये पीव्हीजीचे की खरंच म्हणजे पण ह्याच्यामध्ये काय की म्हणजे आजचं मार्केट जर आपण बघितलं तर प्रत्येकाला प्लग अँड प्ले पाहिजे सध्या. म्हणजे प्लग केलं की मला लगेच चालू झालं पाहिजे. सेम वे इंडस्ट्री पीपल एक्सपेक्ट की मुलगा जो आहे
रेडी टू वर्क
मतलब लगेच आला आणि त्याने लगेच कामाला चालू केलं पाहिजे.
त्याचं रिझन आहे सर. कारण आता जसं म्हटलं ना आम्ही तयार करू त्यांना पण त्यांनी राहिलं पण पाहिजे तितके दिवस.
ते एफर्ट्स मला
म्हणजे त्याला ट्रेंड करण्यात वेळ जातो आणि तो ट्रेंड झाला की मग स्विच ओव्हर करतो. तो ट्रेंड जपानमध्ये दिसत नाही, चायनामध्ये दिसत नाही, अमेरिकेत दिसत नाही, युरोपमध्ये दिसत नाही. आपल्याकडंच फक्त ट्रेंड आहे. अदर साइड ऑफ द ग्रे इट इज ग्रीनरी. खूप ऑप्शन्स आहे पण ते सॅच्युरेशन येईपर्यंत आपल्याला त्रास होणार असं पण आहे.
Definitely we work in hand and we
Yeah.
find out some kind of the outcome.
There are so many ideas there with the industries. If it is work together, then nothing like that. Because industry would also get help of that.
Thank you sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
In fact, त्यांनी सांगितलं कम्युनिकेशन. जी जर्मन कंपनी प्रिन्सिपल कंपनी त्यांनी स्वतःच्या एम्प्लॉईजसाठी स्पेसिफिक मॅनेजमेंट एक्सपर्टची टीम बोलून प्रत्येकाला ट्रेनिंग देतो इन्क्लुडिंग मॅनेजिंग डायरेक्टर. हाऊ टू बिहेव कारण जर्मन्सचा पण तोच प्रॉब्लेम होता. लँग्वेज प्रॉब्लेम. इंग्लिश एवढं चांगलं होतं पण आता सिच्युएशन म्हणजे गव्हर्नमेंट हे करून बरंच एफर्ट्स घेऊन
सेम केस आहे सर. आता आपण जसं बोललो लोहिया म्हणून एक ऑर्गनायझेशन खूप खूप जुनी आणि खूप चांगली आहे ती. जे ट्रॅडिशनल जरी असले तरी आज खूप कॅपॅसिटेड त्यामध्ये ते सूत मशीन्स बनवतात ते रेयॉन. तर मी तिथं गेलो तर तिथं बरेच मला जापनीज दिसले. म्हणजे जापनीज इथं काय करतायत ते म्हणले ह्यांच्याकडे त्यांनी इन्स्टिट्यूटच आतमध्ये केलेली आहे आणि ते तिथल्या सगळ्या कामगार लोकांपासून ते तुम्ही जसं म्हटलं मॅनेजिंग डायरेक्टरचं माहित नाही मला पण ऑल सिनियर स्टाफ दे आर ट्रेनिंग इन जपनीज बिकॉज देअर मॅक्झिमम क्लायंट बेस इज जपनीज. म्हणजे त्यांना जर सपोर्ट करायचा असेल आणि ह्यांना प्रोडक्ट त्यांना तिकडे विकायचं असेल तर त्यांच्यावर डिपेंड न राहता आपण त्यांना स्वतःहून एक स्टेप अहेड गेले पाहिजे. आणि मग त्यांना आमचे एक मोरे सर म्हणून टाटा मोटर्सचे GM होते ते आमच्याकडे नंतर जॉईन झाले. ते म्हणायचे तुम्ही क्लायंटला त्याला विकत घ्यायला जर मदत केली तरच तो तुमचा प्रोडक्ट घेईल. नाहीतर माझा प्रोडक्ट कितीही चांगला आहे तुम्ही सांगत बसला तर त्याचा काही उपयोग होणार नाहीये. त्याच्या इंटरेस्टमध्ये तुम्ही त्यांना कसं समजून सांगू शकता की तुझ्या इंटरेस्टमध्ये हे चांगलं आहे तर तो घेतो.
Sir, Richard, permission.
Yeah.
Few points. Industry changing, we all know. So getting into JDNT only may or may not help. So I won't debate into it as of now. Major जे आपण किंवा ऑनर्स जे सब्जेक्ट्स आहेत they are again linked to engineering. Let's try and bring something from the management.
finance हा subject पाहिजे, because engineers are not going to remain engineers anymore. You need experts who would come and deliver something other than engineering. And believe me, these students, today's students are very smart. They would be the first ones to actually pick up subjects which are outside of engineering. And those can be from the world is open under the sky. Second is what we presented, so the graph for placements. And you said that it is right, but it is good to be mentioned it on the graph saying the entire students are not to be placed. Out of which, as you said, half of them have their industry, half of them will be doing higher studies. So to take those students out, it does affect the percentage, and it doesn't look good on the graph. If it is presented outside, set your base as those who are really wanting to join the industry.
Also, sir, eligible.
Exactly, those who are eligible. So take that percentage out and
Eligible and aspiring.
exactly. So if there are 500 students, my ratio should not be with a denominator of 500. Out of which whatever, as you rightly said, gone. So I am only dealing with 400 students. And if 400 are placed out of 500, still my percentage placement should be 100%. It's how you present the data. Third is create some awareness with students. Because these days, and with NEP, I'll just talk quickly, there are excellent courses taken up by IITs. Students are not aware, being students. So while doing engineering 4 years here, they can pick up a 6 months diploma course at IIT Chennai. Something like that. But unfortunately, those who are good or those who are aware do that in the first year of engineering, which I have seen. Some of them would pick up a diploma in AI with IIT Madras. So while they do this, while they do 4 years of mechanical engineering, when they are ready for placement, they already have a diploma in AI, ML, XYZ, which helps them better placed on day one. And it is just creating awareness. What it means is the faculty has to go and find out in the world who is taking what.
Correct.
All the IITs do these diploma courses for everyone else in the world.
Minimum 6 months.
No, it's like 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, 4 years also courses are there.
Concurrently with the academic.
Correct. So I have seen a student who is doing engineering in Pune and a 4-year course in IIT Madras parallelly. It helps, and students are smart enough to do that these days, and it's all virtual. Third is, as rightly pointed out, only talking about soft skill and career counseling doesn't help. You need to appoint a subject matter expert from the external world who would come here and guide the third-year students. One on career counseling. So it's all mathematical. It's all analytical. The college has to spend some money, get one expert on board who would come and take these 120 students through some tests, and there are 100 tests happening on counseling. And then he or she has to counsel the students. Because unfortunately, every student doesn't know his strengths and weaknesses. If that expert from outside helps each individual 120 students from the mechanical department, I am sure 60% of the students will say, oh, that I never thought of, that I am good in such and such skills, or I am not good with, and what the test also talks is, I should not be picking up a career in XYZ. That is what the expert would bring on for the students. And of course, soft skills. If everyone knows, English speaking is one, but there are 100 other factors in soft skill.
Interpersonal skills.
And that cannot come within. You have to have a person coming from outside who is going to teach them over a period of 3 months, 4 months, handhold them for soft skill. That is going to help them. And lastly, on the NEP, my guess is and there are experts here, it's going to change the landscape in India. The education landscape is going to change. half of the institutes may vanish and half new would come up.
Very likely.
Exactly. And for that, again, bring in an expert from outside who is going to tell us sitting here what is NEP bringing, what are the changes that should be brought into the college. If everything is going to get merged like in the Western countries, sitting here I can do arts and then you can pick up as many subjects. And then if the student doesn't gel well at the college, he has the liberty to go to any other college. So first year here, second year they will move out. If we don't want that to happen, and here is where I say bring out an expert from outside who will help the college execute or understand NEP better. What do we want to add, what do we want to delete in short. And lastly, like for admissions and doing things better, try and collaborate with a foreign university, say to say, for a fellowship program. It doesn't cost much. And
Student exchange.
Student, I am saying, so for example, tie up with Purdue and say, with an industry of course, and say post their 4 years of engineering, they would get an opportunity funded by XY corporate to go and do a fellowship at Purdue. I have seen that it creates a huge amount of interest while admissions only. That PVG offers fellowship for 4 students. If everyone in the beginning feels I can be the one who can do fully funded fellowship at Purdue, or for that matter any other, I'm just taking a name for example. Those things help a lot. The world is changing, all the students are smart, only within PVG 4 years course is not going to help. And we have to give them opportunities. Then only they would come back to us. That envelope anymore within the 4 walls is not going to help, and we are seeing it in a big way in the corporate world as well. You cannot hold on to any employee. These days and the newer generation we are seeing, sorry to say, but they would carry the resignation in their pocket. That is the way the world is. And if NEP is implemented, it will be still a nightmare for the industry in the next maybe decade or so, till the time it all settles. And it is settled. No idea. Yeah, no idea. So, few points that just came to my mind, though it's a tough task, but we need to start somewhere. So, those were my few points. I thought I just put it across.
So in your opinion, NEP is a welcome step or otherwise?
See, if you want to compete with the world and export your talent, you need NEP. And if you need NEP, means you are giving flexibility in the hands of the students.
Student-centric system.
So no more holding on to a student would be possible. Student is then a free bird like an employee. Today he will feel Pude Vidyarthi Graha is good, and then tomorrow he may say no, but what I wanted is it is not here, I am not seeing it here. You have to be very open and you have to inculcate what is happening outside. And for that, as they say in the industry, bring an expert from outside. See, we are good, we are experts. But again, these are the 4 brains which have been working for decades together. We will think in the closed box. An expert coming from outside brings that additional 4 points, which unfortunately we can never think. That's the advantage of an expert.
Just to add on his last point, nowadays, let the industry like Volkswagen, Tata Motors, let the giants like us be the nothing to do with that. They first look at the ITI nowadays. And this is I am looking at last more than 10 years when the retention is a challenge. They would first look at ITI holders, then diploma. Lastly, they would at certain positions they look for the graduate engineers. Because graduate engineers, as he said, always want a job. but the ITI holder has got a certain his limit, so he cannot cross that. And
He
I
has
have
got that
seen.
patience.
Huh?
He has got that patience because we also have one example. One ITA student came into our organization. He is now a manager.
Yes, that can happen. But nowadays, having the
याच्यामध्ये कोणती की आयटी आणि डिप्लोमा स्टुडंट्सला प्रॅक्टिकल ओरिएंटेड थोडंसं जास्त नॉलेज असतं जे की डिग्री तो किती फरक पडतो तो लगेच तयार असतो कामासाठी जसं मला की आपला काय सेम ती मुलं लगेच चालू होते काम.
I'm connecting this point to his the point. Now, as people are looking at the lower educations now, because retention purpose only, not knowledge point of view. But when this flexibility is offered, at that time, accurate would only see who has taken the metallurgy subject. He would just forget that he how much good in others. That flexibility we are getting. So industry would take. Maybe it is coming from the foreign university, it is none of the business for us. Who is the nearby person, who is the nearby college offering the dedicated courses as we are talking about, GDNT, oh, this is the person which I would like to take.
ADP मध्ये सरांनी सांगितलं फर्स्ट इयर, सेकंड इयर, थर्ड 4 वर्षाचा कोर्स आहे. तर त्याच्यामध्ये चॅलेंजेस असे आहेत की एकच वर्ष समजा पहिला कम्प्लीट केला तर सर्टिफिकेट मिळेल, 2 वर्षाची डिप्लोमा, 3 वर्षाची डिग्री आणि मग फायनल इयर केलं तर ते मी ऑनर्स वगैरे असं मिळतं त्याच्यामध्ये. ॲक्च्युली सरांनी जे बरेच पॉईंट सांगितले की आपल्याला काही कोर्सेस ॲड केले पाहिजेत, ॲडव्हान्स दिले पाहिजे, पण ते अकॅडमिक फ्लेक्झिबिलिटी जे कॉलेजेस ॲफिलिएटेड आहेत त्याचं ती नाही आहे. म्हणजे आपण किती जरी कोर्स द्यायचे म्हटलं तर सरांनी एक कोर्स सांगितला की अँग्युलरिटी मेजरिंग टेक्निक्स,
That is GDNT, basically this is the part of
त्या त्याच्या रिलेटेड व्हॅल्यू ॲडेड कोर्सेसमध्ये सुद्धा आपण असं काही ॲड करू शकतो. म्हणजे 30 इयर्सचे किंवा 40 इयर्सचे व्हॅल्यू ॲडेड कोर्सेस जर दिले एक पर्टिक्युलर डोमेन नाही तर बरेच डोमेन आपल्याला असे डिफाईन करता येतील. आता ते एडीपीशी थोडं आपण लिंक करायचं म्हटलं, आता आपलं फर्स्ट इयरला कसं आहे की आपण कॉमन सगळे सायन्सेसचे सब्जेक्ट फर्स्ट इयरला आहे, कॉमन टू ऑल ब्रांचेस. सेकंड इयरला आपण थोडे बेसिक कोर्सेस, थर्ड इयरला ॲडव्हान्स लेवलचे आणि फायनल इयरला आपण वोकेशनल आणि इलेक्टिव्ह सब्जेक्ट्स मुलांना प्रोजेक्ट रिलेटेड देतो. सेम जर स्ट्रक्चर कंटिन्यू केलं तर जे मल्टिपल एंट्री मल्टिपल एक्झिट आपण म्हणतो की फर्स्ट इयरला जर एखाद्या मुलाला बाहेर जायचं झालं तर त्याला बाहेर पडता येणार नाही, कारण सायन्सचे कोर्सेस घेऊन त्याला बाहेर जॉब पण देणार. म्हणजे आपल्याला ॲट द सेम टाइम याचा पण विचार करावा लागेल की खूप थेरॉटिकल सब्जेक्ट किंवा असे सायन्स रिलेटेड सब्जेक्ट्स नंतर त्याला हँडसम काहीतरी फर्स्ट इयरला आपण जर दिलं, म्हणजे जसं तुम्ही एक कोर्स सांगितला 30 आवर्सचा किंवा 40 आवर्सचा, तर असे जर आपण फर्स्ट इयर, सेकंड इयर, थर्ड इयरला 2-3 ॲडिशनल कोर्सेस जर ऑफर केले, ऑफकोर्स विद्यार्थी त्यांच्या इंटरेस्टने ते चूज करतील बकेट टाईपमध्ये. म्हणजे हा एक कोर्स आहे, सर वाटते की ही इज नॉट सो इम्प्रेस विथ द JD&T टॉपिक, तर असे जर ऑप्शन्स दिले आपण डिपार्टमेंट तर मुलांना ते स्किल्स अक्वायर होतील. आणि फर्स्ट इयरला समजा त्याला लेफ्ट करायला सर वाटते म्हणजे फर्स्ट इयर मी एक IT आहे, म्हणजे त्याला थोडंसं हँडसम जास्त असेल तेवढे स्किल्स अक्वायर केलं, तो बाहेर गेला, त्याला जॉब मिळू शकला. ऑफकोर्स हे कॉलेजच्या दृष्टीने खूप डेंजरस आहे इन डेज टू कम, कारण बरेच रिझन्स असतात की मुलांना 4 वर्ष एज्युकेशन कम्प्लीट करता येतं, फायनान्शियल काही प्रॉब्लेम्स असतात किंवा लवकर जॉब त्याला करायचं असतं, कोणाला शिक्षणात फार इंटरेस्ट असतो, 2 वर्ष केलं पास झालं. तर ही मुलं टिकवणं, त्यांचा इंटरेस्ट एज्युकेशनमधला टिकवून ठेवणं हा एक पार्ट झाला. दुसरं मेकॅनिकलला पर्टिक्युलरली आपण सध्या चॅलेंजिंग केलं 2-3 वर्षामध्ये काय होतं की पोस्ट कोविड एव्हरीबडी वॉन्ट्स कम्प्युटर सायन्स अँड टेक. त्यांना मेकॅनिकल ब्रांचेस नको, त्यांना मेकॅनिकलमध्ये लोकांना वाटतं की हात काय काढायचे, मला व्हाईट कलर जॉब पाहिजे, खुर्चीवर बसायचं, कॉम्प्युटर समोर पाहिजे आणि मला कमीत कमी 10-15 लाख सॅलरी पहिल्या वर्षापासून सुरू व्हायला पाहिजे. आणि सेकंडली काय तर मग सेम BOSचे मेकॅनिकल आहे, व्हेरी सॉरी टू से दिस, पण BOSचं पण सध्या असं की मग कोर सब्जेक्ट्स थोडे कमी व्हायला लागले. आणि जे काय होतं इंग्लिशचे स्ट्रक्चर दिलं की सायन्स आणि ह्युमॅनिटीचे एवढे क्रेडिट्स पाहिजे, त्याचे एवढे क्रेडिट्स पाहिजे, मग ते कोर सब्जेक्ट पुढे आम्ही 4 तास शिकवतो, 3 तासावरत्या. JD&T सारखे जे बेसिक सब्जेक्ट्स आहेत त्यांना टॉलरन्सेस जमतच नाही जातात, किती तुम्ही त्यांना शिकवा. तुम्ही इंटरव्ह्यू घेता तर तुमच्या लक्षात येत असेल
प्रोफेशनलमध्ये प्रॉब्लेम
सगळीकडे तो प्रॉब्लेम आहे.
मग अशा केसमध्ये जर आपण व्हॅल्युएटेड नाही, माझं स्टेज व्हॅल्युएटेड प्रोसेसवरती की डिपार्टमेंट लेवलला जर अशा आपण व्हॅल्युएटेड प्रोसेस दिले, काही वेळेला ते चार्जेस मला परवडत नाही, काही 50-50 मॅनेजमेंट साईडनी जर 50% दिले, मुलांच्या साईडने 50% जर त्याच्यामध्ये काही कॉन्ट्रिब्युशन देता आलं तर मुलं ते विलिंगली करतील
किंवा इंडस्ट्री स्पॉन्सर्ड
वॉट एव्हर इट इज. म्हणजे मेन एक मुलांना प्रॉब्लेम असतो की आता आमची वर्षाची रेग्युलर फी भरतानाच सध्या मुलं थोडेसे हे असतात, मग हे ॲडिशनल समजा 10-15 हजार रुपये आपण एखादा कोर्स करायचा म्हटला तर तो पण एक थोडा फायनान्शियल विचार मुलांच्या मनामध्ये येऊ शकतो. तेव्हा अशा
आपण
पालकही करतात, मुलंही करतात, म्हणजे ऑफकोर्स असं त्यांच्या बेनिफिटसाठी, पण त्या लेवलला ते ॲक्सेप्टेबल होत नाही.
सर खूप महत्त्वाचं आणि मौल्यवान सजेशन आहे. सगळ्यांची इनपुट्स खरंच म्हणजे आम्हाला थिंक आउट ऑफ बॉक्स म्हणल्यासारखाच झालं. पण ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी कुठं ना कुठं आम्ही हे करू आणि ही मीटिंग आपली इयरली असणार आहे, तर पुढच्या वेळेला मी आता प्रोग्रेस दाखवतो. दिस इज नॉट दॅट ओपन लुक किंवा तुम्ही आला आम्हाला सांगितलं, त्याचे मिनिट्स ऑफ मीटिंग पण मी तयार करतो आहे आणि याच्यात एक स्टेप आहे मी जाऊन तुम्हाला ॲश्युरन्स देतो की आपण पुढे जाणार आहोत नक्कीच. कारण आपल्याला शेवटी जे काही करायचं आहे ते एक्सलन्सच करायचं आहे.
याच्यामध्ये प्रॉब्लेम असा एक असतो की आपण ॲडिशन ऑफ कोर्सेस तर नेहमी म्हणतो, प्रश्नच नाही, पण आपण ॲडिशन कुठलं करायचं हा मला प्रश्न पडतो. जसा इंजिन ग्राफिक्स बऱ्यापैकी कट करून टाकलं, इंजिन ग्राफिक्स बऱ्यापैकी कट केलेलं आहे आणि कारण म्हणूनच हा प्रॉब्लेम ड्रॉइंगचा जास्त की ड्रॉइंग रेडिंग होत नाही आता पूर्वीसारखं.
इंजिनिअरिंग ग्राफिक्सनं सध्या असं आहे की सगळे बोर्ड मिळून इंजिनिअरिंग ग्राफिक्स
काढून टाकलं त्याच्यामुळे हा
आणि मी त्याचा सर्वे केला सर, म्हणजे मागच्या 2 महिन्यापूर्वी मी माझ्या पूर्वी 20 वर्षापूर्वी जे काही विद्यार्थी बाकीच्या ब्रांचेसला होते, कॉम्प्युटर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स वगैरे, त्यांना मी 1-to-1 फोन कॉल केले. म्हणजे तुम्ही आता तुमच्या लाईफमध्ये जेव्हा पोझिशनला आला आणि तुम्ही इंजिनिअरिंग ग्राफिक्सच्या पूर्वी बऱ्यापैकी टफ होतं, असं सिम्पल झालं, तुम्ही ते शिकलात त्याचा तुम्हाला असं वाटतं का की मी हे शिकलो त्याचा मला लाईफमध्ये काहीच उपयोग नाही, आपण काढून टाकूया का? आणि मी फोन मेकॅनिकलच्या विद्यार्थ्यांना नाही केले, मी मुद्दाम कॉम्प्युटर प्रत्येकानं मला सांगितलं तर इंजिनिअरिंग ग्राफिक्स हे शिकायलाच पाहिजे. जरी त्याचा आम्हाला डायरेक्ट उपयोग नसला तरी जेव्हा आम्ही एखादा प्रोजेक्ट आता घेतो तेव्हा त्या प्रोजेक्टकडे कसं बघायचं, ते कम्प्लिशन कसं, हे जे सगळं व्हिज्युअलायझेशन आहे ते फक्त आम्हाला इंजिनिअरिंग ग्राफिक्समुळे देतात. त्यामुळे खरंच या दृष्टीने सगळ्यांनीच प्रयत्न करायला पाहिजे, आपण जायला नाही राहिलंच पाहिजे. पण आल्यानंतर बाकीच्या ब्रांचेसचे लोक म्हणतील की आमच्या विद्यार्थ्यांना इंजिनिअरिंग ग्राफिक्स कशाला पाहिजे, मग होत आहे म्हणजे अक्रॉस द टेबल
पॉईंट असा आहे सर, जेव्हा आपण मी जेव्हा पण एनडीबट शिकलोय पार्ट 1 पार्ट 2, त्याच्यामध्ये जे इंडस्ट्रीला तुम्ही आज टॉपची मेकॅनिकल मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज कुठलीही घ्या, इन्क्लुडिंग द एरोस्पेस इंजिनिअरिंग, काही 1-2% सोडला तर फक्त बेसिक लागतं तिथं पॉईंट, लाईन, प्लेन, सर्कल, सिलेंडर, कोन, स्फिअर, आणि हेच कमी शिकवलं जातं ग्राफिक्समध्ये. आणि आपल्याकडे शिकवलं जातं इलिप्स, हायपरबोला, पॅराबोला, हेक्झागॉन, पेंटागॉन, आणि त्यांना विचारलं हायपरबोलाचं ॲप्लिकेशन काय सांग. Even sir, I have challenged many of the people, show me one of the best and excellent example of the ellipse in the world where it is used. You have to find, Google it at least half an hour. Then you may conclude that oh ellipse इथं लागू शकतो. आणि नंतर असं कळतं की राजे महाराजांचं असं एक आणि असा एक जो इलिप्स शिकला होता, तिथं राजा उभा राहिला आणि बोलला तर ते मागेपर्यंत आवाज जावा, हा सिव्हिल ॲप्लिकेशन त्याचा दिसतो. आणि जे पॉइंट, लाईन, प्लेन, सर्कल रोज लागतं त्याच्याबद्दल काही शिकलं जातं. तर हे जास्त प्रॅक्टिकल वेनी हे GDNT आलेले आहेत, जे लागतं तेच शिकव सर. पण त्याचं ॲप्रिसिएशन तेच होते की जे त्यांना गरज आहे.
I request Makran sir to add his.
Thanks, Rohit sir, to invite me for this session. आता इथे ॲज अ पॅरेंट मी अमेरिकेच्या पॅरेंटच्या व्ह्यूने मला बोलायचं आहे की आता माझा मुलगा तुमच्या विषयाला आहे आणि मी जेव्हा ॲज अ पॅरेंट मला जेव्हा इथे यायचं तेव्हा आय शुड नो की काय आहे हे, सो दॅट मला कोणताही वेळ काही समजेल मला काय आहे. तर मी आपल्या मेकॅनिकल डिपार्टमेंटचा जस्ट ग्राउंड घेतला होता, तुमच्या लॅब मी व्हिजिट केला आणि मला दिसलं की बाबा म्हणजे तुमच्या रेग्युलर आपल्या कन्व्हेन्शनल लॅब्स आहेत, PI लॅब आहे, कमर्शियल लॅब आणि रोबोटिक्स लॅब, म्हणजे इथं जो सेटअप केलेला आहे इट्स रिअली ग्रेट. म्हणजे आणि आता ह्या म्हणजे आतापासूनच मुलांना ज्या गोष्टी दिसत आहेत तर नक्कीच त्यांच्या ज्या ते बाहेर पडतात म्हणजे आम्ही जे बाहेर पडल्यानंतर आता आम्ही ह्या गोष्टी बघतोय, आम्ही काम करतो त्याच्यामध्ये मुलं आत्ताच एज्युकेशन चालू असताना त्यांना ह्या गोष्टी शिकायला मिळतात. इट्स रिअली ग्रेट थिंग. दुसरी गोष्ट त्याच्यामध्ये मला हे लक्षात आलं की त्या लॅबमध्ये मी काही इंटरॅक्शन मुलांसोबत झालं माझं. सर पण तिथं होता, अभ्यास होते. तर ज्या पद्धतीने त्यांचं ते जलिंग चाललंय मुलांचं आणि सरांचं इट्स रिअली म्हणजे असं वाटत नव्हतं की स्टुडंट्स आणि एकदम असं ॲज अ फ्रेंडली तिथे सगळ्या गोष्टी त्या पद्धतीने चाललेल्या. त्यामुळे मला हे खरंच म्हणजे हे खूप चांगली आहे की म्हणजे हे इथं मला दिसलं आहे तुमच्या याच्यामध्ये. अजून एक होतं की तुमच्या ज्या एक्स्ट्रा ॲक्टिव्हिटीज ज्या चालू आहेत, कारण मला जस्ट मुलं की रिसेंटली तुम्ही लॅबवरती एक सेमिनार प्रोग्राम ट्रेनिंग सेशन अटेंड केलं होतं आणि तो की मला एक खूप नवीन गोष्ट कळाली. मला काय होतं ते लॅब क्या बात आहे म्हणजे इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये आज आम्ही त्याच्यावरती कामं करतो आणि मुलांना आता फर्स्ट सेकंडमध्ये तुम्ही या गोष्टी देतात तिथे करणं एक आउट ऑफ द कोर्स म्हणजे आउट ऑफ द हे आहे सगळं. इट्स रिअली म्हणजे रिमार्केबल गोष्टी आहेत. पुन्हा तुमचे वेगवेगळे जे मेसर किंवा ह्या गोष्टी आहेत आणि मी सरांना पण स्वतः बघितले तिथे गाडी चेक करताना म्हणजे सर स्वतः तिथे होते म्हणजे ह्या गोष्टी म्हणजे खूप म्हणजे मला एक मध्ये दिसलं मला आहे मला एक म्हणजे ॲप्रिशिएट करायचं पाहिजे. आणि शेवटचा पॉईंट म्हणजे काही जसं सरांनी सांगितलं जसं सर पण बोलले की जो ब्रिज आहे म्हणजे इंडस्ट्री आणि अकॅडमिक्स ह्याच्यामधला जो गॅप आहे तो भरून करण्यासाठी जे काही ॲक्टिव्हिटी करता येतील तर तुम्ही जे दिसतच आहे ते तुमच्या चालू आहे त्याच्यामध्ये पण तरी पण याच्यामध्ये अजून तो कमी कसा करता येईल त्याच्यासाठी अजून प्रयत्न करावे असं मला वाटतं तुम्ही
स्पेसिफिक काही असेल तरी सांगू शकता तुम्ही.
नक्कीच आता सध्या तरी आपण
सांगितलं आणि तुम्ही पीआयआरचा उल्लेख केला एक आनंदाची आणि महत्त्वाची एक गोष्ट सांगतो की हे जे वॉटर बॉटल्स जे आहेत रिसेंटली सर आपल्याकडे प्रोजेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन तर ह्या वॉटर बॉटल्सला म्हणजे प्लास्टिक वेस्ट मिनिमायझेशनचा आमच्याकडे फायनल इयरच्या स्टुडंट तर याला क्रश करून यांची वायर फॉर्म तयार करणे आणि ती वायर फॉर्म आमच्या 3D प्रिंटिंग मशीनला वापरणे ॲज अ इनपुट.
3D प्रिंटिंगचा मी स्वतः डेमो तिथे घेतला आणि एक छोटासा टॉय मला तरी बनवून दिला
आणि असा आम्ही एक प्रयत्न केला की आता रोज आम्ही बॉटल्स असतात तर आम्ही तो तिथंच आता त्या लॅबमध्ये ठेवणार आहोत. त्या बॉटल्स तुमच्यासमोर लाईव्ह दाखवणार की याच्यापासून ती वायर फॉर्म झाली त्या वायर फॉर्मपासून आम्ही एखादा छोटासा कॉम्पोनंट 3D प्रिंटिंग मशीनमधून आउटकम काढणार. एक छोटासा अटेम्प्ट आहे माहिती प्लास्टिक इज नॉट गुड फॉर एन्व्हायरमेंट अँड असे छान प्रोजेक्ट्स यावेळेस झालेले आहेत आमच्याकडे. तुम्ही मला जज होतातच तुम्ही पाहिले आहेत.
फ्लाइंग कार नव्हत्या
नाही.
So today all respected lab members or well-wishers of the Department Media, they have presented the opportunities and challenges in mechanical engineering. त्यांनी खरोखरी आज आपल्याला आरसा दाखवलेला आहे मार्केटमध्ये काय सगळं आपण काय करणं अपेक्षित आहे. So we as department will definitely collectively look into all these points and we will definitely try to improve. There is always scope for improvement. Thank you. I would like to request Honorable Director Professor R.J. Boruskar sir to guide us.
First of all, good afternoon to all. It gives me an immense pleasure to be a part of this JAM meeting of Mechanical Engineering Department. After COVID-19 pandemic, I think this is one of the major meeting of Mechanical Engineering Department related to the department development and progress of the department. And I am very much thankful to all the experts, the industry experts, academic experts, parents for sparing their valuable time coming over here, attending this DAP meeting and guiding and giving some wonderful inputs. So on behalf of Pune Vidyarthi and the college, it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all and I must congratulate you for your this valuable inputs to this meeting. Let me tell you frankly some of the facts and figures. It has been rightly said that we are in a very dynamic situation at present because though the progress of the department, maybe the progress of the college, now we are going for the third cycle of NAC, that is one, which is immediately due, probably in July, August, so we will be going for it. And that is NEP compliant NAC accreditation. So that is a big challenge. And it has been rightly said that, as I said, that we are being in a very dynamic situation, particularly the college, because in 2021, management course which was separately run is now merged with engineering. So naturally there is another task going on is the vision and mission has to change now. Because when it was a vision like excellence in engineering education, now when it's a management merger, I think it has to change, and we will be having some industry experts from TCS and all those who have been working with our institute for a long time. We will be discussing maybe next week and getting our vision document, vision statement reformed, restructured with that. That is one which is very important. At the same time, there is a slight modification in the mission because now we have to have a management orientation, and I think our alumni and being a good suggestion that why not to have some management courses as an honors degree or to be incorporated. And I think that's the first step. Have the vision, have the mission, brought that management properly into the engineering, diffused it, and bridge the courses from management and engineering for benefit of both. So that's a welcome suggestion, and we are already on the track. So probably when Bunkar sir will share the minutes of meeting, probably till that time we may have our vision statement reform restructured, probably modification in vision, so that will be there. And it is rightly been said that though we are having an honors degrees, 5 honors degrees, specifically some of them for mechanical department, but we are also planning to have establish a lab of IoT, which is also we are having a collaboration with Rubiscape, that is also coming maybe in the month of August. It is the preparations are going on, so that is one of the state-of-art lab coming in IoT related. Then we are having another lab related to cyber security, because that is also one of the demand from the EITC branch and computer branch that why we should not have that. So we are in the planning, and definitely till the August we will be having these 2 state-of-art labs will be there. And being NEP, as we have been going towards that, we are fortunate that we are affiliated to the university, and we got a 1-year time to restructure all our syllabuses as per the structure of NEP being available to us, which may be within a week or so, probably for affiliated from the authorities of AICT and DT, because what we heard, Director of Technical Education is in the final verge of finalizing the draft, and once we get it, I think it is our exercise to all the department, not only mechanical. They have to sit together and restructure, reform, rename the content, the title of the subjects right from first year to final year. I am not saying the third year, though it is a third year degree and 4th is honors. Everything has to be reformed, and what Professor has told, like it has to be the vocational courses or the skill courses has to be deployed, because the structure, what is broadly being said, that whatever may be the year, first year or second year, 60% offline, 40% online. So we have to decide which courses for offline and which courses to online. And I think for that it is a crucial decision for all of us, and our wish, and particularly I have given what we can say the goal to my first year staff already 1 month back, that I want a syllabus of FE such that no student can leave after 1 year. That's the goal set. And definitely the similar goal set will be for other departments, that they should sit together, they should find out, they should see the various websites of the top institutes, IITs, NITs, even outside foreign university institutes, and see the best possible subject related things can be brought in, the core subjects as well as the vocational and skill. And once that has been finalized, I think we will be ready with the syllabus, and probably our plan is within next 6 months, as per the structure, at least first 2 years syllabus should be ready. First year has to definitely ready with 3 months, and within next 3 the second year, and probably will get the third and final year. But still, it is rightly been said, it's a wet and hot situation, because already the private universities or the other universities are given the consent from AICT and DT that they should, a professional, particularly engineering, they should start engineering right from August, coming this 23. So whatever the feedbacks we are getting from them will be helpful for us to implement it. So that's why I say we are lucky that whatever maybe plus minus things happen to them is a lesson to us to take a decision further. And probably when we will be implementing it, I'm sure maybe third year syllabus, up to third year, we will be ready. Total degree pattern will be ready for PVG. And as I said, my task is no one should go for multi-entry, multi-exit. Because if it is to be available, PVG has got Art Science Commerce College, PVG has got Management College. So even if it has been there, and our aim with the management concept, being the part of management, my all board members have given us the freedom to go for the best possible things to deploy within a year for betterment of the institute, not only for this but even other places of our PVG. So definitely we are going for it. And yes, certainly you people, experts, maybe Bunker sir is saying that we will be meeting next year, but probably that may not be the case. We have to meet it maybe within next 3 months. Because whatever the first draft will be there, you are the experts, maybe few will be added, will give us what should be changed, what should be added, what should be deleted. And rightly Momin sir has been telling that definitely some vocational courses has to be added into the first year, second year, so that whatever the structure which will be there proposed, we should see to it that the student, if at all feels to leave, at least he should be satisfied, okay, I am being having certified from PVG. So at least that satisfaction that candidate should have. But again, as it's a very right word, I think Amit has used, probably it's landscaping. It is to check, because it's a very debatable point that if after first year few of the students left, then who else will join? And if that is the case, what will be the financial structure as a management? We are being in that thought process. And I think for that purpose, we are having certain things is going to be there within the next 2-3 days. So from I will give commitment of my college, my department and PVG to all the experts, considering all your valuable inputs today. We will have our syllabus we frame for each department. Particularly as you are from mechanical, we will be definitely inviting you to give your further inputs. So we will upgrade, modify, and accordingly we will be prepared for next year's challenge. And we will certainly go for NEP implemented mechanical and all other branches courses with a wish and strong wish. No one will left as a multi-entry, multi-exit. So that's a commitment from my side, from my team. So I think once again on behalf of PVG and college, my sincere thanks to all of you that you make it convenient today to attend and give your valuable time and give your valuable inputs. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for providing guidance to all. We will definitely follow your guidelines to impart quality education to our students. So I'd like to request our principal, Dr. Emma Taradar, sir, to share his views.
Good afternoon. So, lot of things Karuskar sir, he has already explained. But 2-3 things from my side will be, there are two types of industry. One is IT sector and another one is manufacturing. And mechanical will play important role. And for mechanical, they will require electronics equally, electrical equally, software also equally. So most crucial role, so the industry who has to play is nothing but mechanical. Everyone is saying that the demand for mechanical branch is decreasing. No, not at all. Just wait for 1 or 2 years, you will find once again there will be a boom. Why? Because probably the present government has decided to boost the Indian economy. It is not only by software, but manufacturing sector has to be improved a lot. Then only development in real sense will be possible. You are me? And that strength definitely India is having. So lot of challenges, particularly for mechanical branch, multidisciplinary approach. So there is a great responsibility the branch has to shoulder. Thank you once again. You have joined while sparing your valuable time. So from my side and from my management side.
Thank you, sir, especially for pumping in confidence to mechanical teachers by appreciating the need of the mechanical engineering in engineering. So I would like to request Honorable Chairman Sri Sunil Redekar sir to guide us.
Good afternoon. First of all, I welcome you all, the industry experts, alumni, the parent representative, staff members, principal and director of Pune Vidyarthi Club. I welcome you all on behalf of Pune Vidyarthi Club, entire institution. पहिल्यांदा सगळ्यांचं स्वागत झालेलंच आहे आणि सांगितलेलं आहे त्या पद्धतीने सगळीकडे चर्चा जी चालू आहे आता सगळ्यांची ती रिलेटेड टू NEP अशी चालू आहे. बऱ्याच जणांना उडत माहिती आहे की साधारणपणे NEP सारखं काहीतरी येतंय. इथपर्यंत सगळ्यांची भूमिका आहे त्याच्यामध्ये. स्टुडंट्स आहेत, टीचर्स आहेत, प्रोफेसर्स आहेत, प्रिन्सिपल्स आहेत आणि इंडस्ट्रीच्या लोकांना सुद्धा तीच भूमिका आता आहे. खरं तर हे NEP म्हणजे काय आहे हे जोपर्यंत आपल्याला समजावून घेत नाही किंवा आपल्याला समजत नाही तोपर्यंत आपण आपल्या पद्धतीने जे आपल्याला वाटतंय त्या पद्धतीने आपण त्याच्यामध्ये पार्टिसिपेशन घेऊन बोलत असतो. तर ओव्हरऑल म्हणजे पॉलिसी काय आहे हे जोपर्यंत आपल्याला समजणार नाही तोपर्यंत त्याचं इम्प्लिमेंटेशन किंवा अंमलबजावणी ही चांगल्या पद्धतीने होणार नाही. जसं प्रेझेंटेशनमध्ये आता आपण बघितलं की 4.5 पासूनची पुढची जी स्टेज आहे ती बघितली, पण 4.4 पर्यंतची काय पोझिशन आहे ही पण बघणं गरजेचं आहे. तर नॅशनल एज्युकेशन पॉलिसीमध्ये 0 पॉईंट पासून जे आहे तो जर बघितला आपण तर आपल्याला ह्या पुढच्या सगळ्या प्रश्नांची उत्तरं आपल्या मिळून जाणार. आपण फक्त मधल्या फळीचा विचार करतोय की इंजिनिअरिंगला आलेला विद्यार्थी जो आहे त्याला कसं आपण मॉडिफाय करणार आहे किंवा त्याला कशा पद्धतीचं शिक्षण देणार आहे याच्या संदर्भात मध्ये आपण आता चर्चा करतोय. पण शासनाने एवढंच ठरवलंय का फक्त मधल्या इंजिनिअरिंगसाठी किंवा प्रोफेशनल कोर्ससाठी? तर तसं नाहीये. 0 लेवल पासून ज्यावेळेला विद्यार्थी येणार आहे तुमच्याकडे तर तो कसा मोटिवेट होणार आहे, कशा पद्धतीने त्याची डेव्हलपमेंट होणार आहे आणि तो हायर एज्युकेशन मध्ये जाताना त्याच्या पुढची जबाबदारी तुमच्यावरती दिलेली आहे थोडक्यात. भोसले सर बरोबर आहे? तर या पद्धतीची ज्या पॉलिसी गव्हर्नमेंटने बनवलेली आहे ती पहिल्यांदा संस्था चालकांना आधी कळली पाहिजे की माझ्याकडचा प्रोफेसर आहे किंवा माझ्याकडे प्राचार्य जो आहे किंवा टीचर आहे, स्टुडंट आहे, त्याला मी काय सांगायचं हे मला आधी कळलं पाहिजे संस्था चालकांना. तर अशा पद्धतीच्या पॉलिसीसाठी पुणे विद्यार्थी गृहाने थोडा इनिशिएटिव्ह घेतला. बऱ्याचशा गोष्टी ज्या आहेत त्या पुणे विद्यार्थी गृहाने सुरू केलेल्या आहेत एज्युकेशनच्या रिलेटेड. कदाचित आपल्याला माहिती पण असेल 114 वर्षाची आपली पुणे विद्यार्थी गृहाची परंपरा शैक्षणिक आणि सामाजिक क्षेत्रामध्ये आहे. पहिल्यांदा कौशल्यावरती आधारित अभ्यासक्रम कोणी बनवला असेल तर पुणे विद्यार्थी गृहाने भारतामध्ये बनवला. 1909 साली पुणे विद्यार्थीगृहाची स्थापना झाली. ती कशाच्या आधारावरती तर गरीब, गरजू आणि अनाथ विद्यार्थ्यांना शिक्षणाची सोय उपलब्ध व्हावी या उद्देशाने झाली. सुरुवातीला 5 विद्यार्थी होते आणि त्यानंतर विद्यार्थी संख्या वाढत गेली. ग्रामीण भागातले जे विद्यार्थी होते त्यांना राहण्याची सोय या ठिकाणी करण्यात येत होती, पण शिक्षणासाठी बाहेर जायला लागत होतं त्यांना. म्हणून 1921 साली महाराष्ट्र विद्यालयाची स्थापना पुणे विद्यार्थी गृहाने महाराष्ट्र विद्यालयाच्या त्या प्रांगणामध्ये आत्ताच्या इथं केली गेली सदाशिव पेठेमध्ये. आणि त्या विद्यार्थ्यांचं ज्या वेळेला 21 पासून शिक्षण सुरू झालं त्यावेळेला लक्षात आलं असं की नुसतं पुस्तकी ज्ञान देऊन उपयोग नाही आहे, त्या विद्यार्थ्याला काहीतरी कौशल्य आलं पाहिजे. म्हणून 1926 साली पुणे विद्यार्थी गृहाने खडू तयार करणं, डस्टर तयार करणं, शाई तयार करणं प्रिंटिंग पॅकेजिंगच्या संदर्भामधले कोर्सेस म्हणजे त्यावेळेला एक कंपोजिंग होतं, बाइंडिंग होतं आणि रिलेटेड टू प्रिंटिंग असे कोर्सेस त्यावेळेला 8वी 9वी 10वीच्या विद्यार्थ्यांना द्यायला सुरुवात केली की जेणेकरून त्या कौशल्याच्या आधारावरती तो मुलगा स्वतःच्या पायावरती उभं राहू शकेल आणि स्वतःच काहीतरी अर्निंग करू शकेल, हा त्यावेळेचा उद्देश होता. जे की आज आपण सगळेजण म्हणतो की मोदीजी सरकारने आता आपल्याकडे दिलेले किमान कौशल्य, तर त्या किमान कौशल्याची सुरुवात पुणे विद्यापीठाने 1926 साली केलेली आहे. कालांतराने त्याच्यामध्ये मॉडिफिकेशन्स होऊन 60च्या सुमाराला आपल्याकडे ऑप्टिक्स विभाग होता. 512 वर्कशॉप कदाचित माहिती असेल आपल्याला, खडकीला आहे ते रणगाडे रिपेअर करण्याच्या संदर्भामध्ये. तर त्या ठिकाणी सुद्धा ज्या दुर्बिणीच्या काचा लागायच्या त्या काचा पुणे विद्यापीठामध्ये तयार व्हायच्या आणि ऑप्टिक्स विभाग पण होता. दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द स्किल. अशा पद्धतीच्या ज्या काही स्किल डेव्हलपमेंटच्या योजना ज्या होत्या त्या पुणे विद्यापीठाने सुरू केल्या आणि कालांतराने मग स्कूटर दुरुस्ती असेल, घड्याळ दुरुस्ती असेल, तर अशा पद्धतीचे जे काही कोर्सेस होते ते त्या काळानुरूप घडत गेल्या आणि त्या इम्प्लिमेंट करत गेल्या. ज्यावेळेला प्रोफेशनल कॉलेजेस सुरू झाले महाराष्ट्रामध्ये त्यावेळेला पुणे विद्यापीठाने इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज सुरू केलं आणि बाकीच्या गोष्टी ज्या आहेत आताच्या ज्या आपण ब्रँचेस बघतोय त्या पद्धतीने सगळे टेक्निकल एज्युकेशन देण्याची सुरुवात केली. तर आम्हाला सांगायला आवडेल की अशा पद्धतीचा इनिशिएटिव्ह घेतलेला पुणे विद्यापीठाने आता सुद्धा NEP म्हणजे काय हे समाजाला कळायला पाहिजे म्हणून पुणे विद्यापीठाने AICTEला रिक्वेस्ट केली न्यू दिल्लीला जाऊन की इथल्या महाराष्ट्रातल्या सगळ्या संस्था चालकांना तुम्ही येऊन इथं आधी पहिल्यांदा सांगा आणि त्या पद्धतीने AICTEच्या चेअरमननी इथं येण्याचं मान्य केलं आणि 22 तारखेला आपण एक इथं वर्कशॉप घेणार आहोत, चर्चासत्र घेणार आहोत आणि सगळ्या महाराष्ट्रातल्या संस्था चालकांना पुणे विद्यापीठाने इन्व्हाइट केलेलं आहे आणि ते सगळेजण इथे येणार आहेत. तर यावेळेला हे मार्गदर्शन कोण करणार आहे तर NEP पॉलिसी ज्यांनी बनवलेली आहे तर डॉक्टर करमळकर सर असतील किंवा डॉक्टर RD कुलकर्णी असतील, मुंबई विद्यापीठाचे कुलगुरू दाबक सर असतील, राव सर असतील, हे सगळेजण आपल्याकडे येऊन ते मार्गदर्शन करणार आहेत. या कार्यक्रमाच्या निमित्ताने हायर एज्युकेशन मिनिस्टर चंद्रकांत दादा पाटील हे या ठिकाणी उद्घाटनाच्या निमित्ताने येणार आहेत आणि पुणे विद्यापीठाचे अध्यक्ष राधाकृष्ण विखे पाटील साहेब ते पण येण्याची शक्यता आहे. तर या पद्धतीने करत असताना आमच्या डोक्यामध्ये 2 विषय होते की पहिल्या दिवशीचे सेशन असेल ते संस्था चालकांसाठी असेल आणि दुसऱ्या दिवशीचं जे सेशन असेल ते कुठल्याही इंडस्ट्रीच्या लोकांसाठी असेल की ॲटलिस्ट इंडस्ट्रीला कळलं पाहिजे की माझ्याकडे येणारा प्रॉडक्ट जे आहे जो विद्यार्थी येणार आहे तो कसा असणार आहे पुढचा उद्याचा किंवा माझ्या अपेक्षा काय आहेत इंडस्ट्रीच्या ह्या त्या तिथपर्यंत आपल्या त्या प्लॅटफॉर्मवरती मांडता येणार अशा पद्धतीचं नियोजन आता होतं. परंतु एक्झिस्टिंग आता जे काय असलेला वर्कलोड म्हणा, ॲडमिशनची प्रोसेस, चालू असलेल्या एक्झाम्स आणि पावसाची शक्यता मुख्य म्हणजे आम्हाला त्याची जरा थोडीशी भीती वाटते. अदरवाईज आम्ही ते ग्राउंडवरती सगळं घेणार होतो. तर नजीकच्या काळामध्ये आपण सेकंड फेजमध्ये इंडस्ट्रीसाठी हे घेणार आहोत. त्यावेळेला मी सगळ्यांना आत्ताच तुम्हाला इन्व्हिटेशन देऊन ठेवतो की तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी यायचं आहे. ज्या पद्धतीने आता तुम्ही तुमच्या पद्धतीने काही पॉईंट्स रेस केले तर ते आपल्याला वेगळ्या प्लॅटफॉर्मवरती तिथं मांडता येणं शक्य आहे आणि शासनापर्यंत आपल्याला ते पोहोचवता येईल की आपले चॅलेंजेस काय आहेत, आपल्या अडचणी काय आहेत किंवा आपल्याला काय अपेक्षा आहेत तर ह्या आपल्याला तिथं पोहोचवण्याची एक संधी त्या निमित्ताने मिळणार आहे. आता मागासपासून जी चर्चा चालली होती की आपल्याकडचे जे मुलांची जी विशेषतः ॲल्युमिनायकडनं जे असतं की ह्या पद्धतीचे इंट्रोड्यूस केलं पाहिजे किंवा मुलांची मानसिकता काय आहे. तर आतापर्यंत जर बघितलं आपण तर शैक्षणिक मूल्य जे आहेत तीच रुजवण्याचा प्रयत्न शासनाने केलेला आहे जेणेकरून सुरुवातीला त्या मुलाला जर कळलं, त्या विद्यार्थ्याला कळलं की मी इथं समाजामध्ये वागायचंय कसं, पहिल्यांदा शिक्षकाशी बोलायचंय कसं, घरी कसं वागायचंय, तर हे जोपर्यंत त्याला कळत नाही तोपर्यंत तो हायर एज्युकेशनच्या लेवलला येईपर्यंत तो अगदी बिखरलेला असतो. मग कोणाचं काही न ऐकण्याच्या स्थितीमध्ये असतो. आपणही सगळे पालक आहोत तर आपल्याही घरी ज्या वेळेला मुलगा असतो त्यावेळेला 10वीत गेल्यानंतर तो कोणाचं ऐकायच्याच मोडमध्ये नसतो. जर आपण त्याला समजावून सांगितलं की नाही बाळा रे हे करायचंय ते करायचंय कोर्सेस तर अजिबात पालकाचं तर 100% कोणी ऐकतच नाही मुळात. तर हे ऐकण्याची भूमिका त्याला कशी तिथं निभावता येईल किंवा आपण त्याला तशा पद्धतीने कसं त्याला मोल्ड करू लहानपणापासून, तर हे जे शिक्षण असणार आहे हे मूल्य शिक्षण असणार आहे आणि हे नवीन एज्युकेशन पॉलिसीमध्ये असणार. तर ह्या ज्या 4 गोष्टी ज्या आहेत, 4 तत्व जे काही दिलेली आहेत शासनाने, त्याच्या आधारावरती हे पुढचं सगळं शिक्षण हे असणार आहे. आणि त्याच्याच अनुषंगाने आम्ही आता इथं चर्चासत्र घेणार आहोत. त्याच्यातनं बऱ्याच मला असं वाटतं की संस्थाचालकांना किंवा प्रिन्सिपल्सना त्यातल्या सगळ्यांची उत्तरं मिळणार आहेत आणि जेणेकरून आपल्याला चांगल्या पद्धतीचं शिक्षण देता येईल, चांगल्या पद्धतीने मुलं घडवता येतील आणि एक्सपर्ट म्हणून त्यांना समाजामध्ये स्थान राहणार आहे की जे की आत्तापर्यंत पुणे विद्यार्थीला गेली 114 वर्ष करत आहे. तेच विद्यार्थी केंद्रबिंदू मांडून आपण काम करूया. तुमच्या सगळ्यांचा सहभाग आहे. वेळेअभावी मी थोडासा आटोपतो घेतो आणि या पुढच्याही नजीकच्या काळामध्ये ज्या ज्या वेळेला आपलं जे काही योगदान लागेल तर ते योगदान आपण द्याल अशी अपेक्षा व्यक्त करतो आणि संस्थेच्या वतीने पुन्हा एकदा तुमचे आभार व्यक्त करतो की तुम्ही या ठिकाणी आलात, तुमचा वेळ दिलात आणि जे काही चर्चासत्रामध्ये भाग घेतला त्याबद्दल धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir, for describing the historical skill development initiatives undertaken by PVG in 1920s and 60s, and also for sharing the upcoming NEP workshop details. आपली मीटिंग अतिशय सुंदर पद्धतीने चालू असताना शेवटचा अजेंडा आहे vote of thanks. I request Dr. Jaiswal sir to offer vote of thanks.
So it's my indeed a pleasure to propose the vote of thanks. I thank you, Momin sir, for the valuable inputs regarding the special DDNT. And we definitely look forward to that kind of association with us. Thank you once again. Thank you, Amish sir, for the valuable inputs. Definitely what you said about the different courses, adult courses. Actually, students are going for that. Students are doing already that. But number is less. We will see how the number is to be increased. Thank you once again. Thank you, Makran sir. Your observation as a parent, they are very critical for us, very crucial for us, and keep on informing about your observations. Thank you, sir. Kulkarni sir. You are in double one actually because you are alumni, father of alumni. So definitely your observations are very helpful for us. Thank you, Bosle sir. Your input as a Senate member, your observation about the college definitely valuable for us. And we together will see that our course will not get removed from the mechanical branch. Thank you once again. Thank you, Honorable Principal sir, for guiding us. Thank you, sir, Dr. Professor sir, for giving us valuable guidance. At the end, I will formally thank the Honorable Chairman sir for supporting us in all the activities. Thanks again. Thank you so much.
मेंबर्स आपण एक फोटोग्राफी